Yeah. Break it off. I just wanna see.
Hello, my friends. How you all doing today? Hope you're all having a great day and just enjoying the beautiful day outside. And I hope you're ready for another Burgers and Fries with a Shake podcast because we got one coming up right now. And this one was requested to me to make by my co-host here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Returned, people! Mainly because I'm not a fan of Star Wars.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's good to have you back. Said that, I mean, it's been a while since you've been featured in this stuff here. And, you know, Star Wars month has come and gone here, but, you know, this month of June is going to be female protagonist day month, so be on the lookout. There's a lot of the videos you'll see coming up for that, so be on the lookout for that. But today, we're going to be talking about the evolution of video game graphics, and oh man, what I don't know where I begin here, but for me growing up,
you start from the beginning, and then when you get to the end, stop.
I know, Sadet, but I'm just like, things that I wasn't around when the Atari 2600 of them or that Manimax Odyssey was out, so I missed out.
Simply put, graphics were so simple that it was just like black screen, white line in the middle, smaller white lines on the side, and a white square dot going left, right. That was the early Pong.
Oh yeah, I mean, thanks to Pong, if it weren't for Pong, we wouldn't have video games or anything like that. But yeah, it's just Pong, good memories there, playing different varieties of Pong and everything. Bing, 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 boom, 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 boom. But for me, go ahead, you talk.
After we got past the black and white phase, colors were added.
We had color, yes, and then jumping to the 8 to like
still like squares. A lot of squares. A lot of simplistic squares with color.
And all those little pixel squares would make an object or a character.
But it's usually like green good, red bad. It was like so simplistic with those sprites. But as time went on, more complexity has been added by adding more tinier squares. All the world is square.
Everything's a square. I guess square must be the shape of the shape of video games, so that, because you know the square must be the lucky shape. Said that.
And then we just basically got in like better and better with portraying stuff, for better or for worse, with the pixels, until we finally arrive at Mario. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, and Donkey Kong too, and all those 8-bit arcade games like Frogger.
Arcade games had a mix of 8-bit and 16-bit games. We weren't really at the point of like full polygon 3D models, and those that were either a bit buggy or need very specific specs. That made those games kind of expensive.
Yeah,
in arcades.
Because back then, those graphics, the way they looked back then, they were a big thing back then. It wasn't like, I mean, sure, they're totally different now than what we're used to these days. But still, like back then, that was considered cutting edge, like how Pac-Man looked, or how Mario looked, or how or Pole Position, Dig Dug, Frogger, and Miss Pac-Man, and all of them looked. It was like back then, it was like very simplistic and stuff and everything. And
back then, it was simplistic to us of this time, but back then, it's like, wow!
Whoa! Color!
That is looking so good!
This looks awesome. Look at the special effects here on the car and everything. Look at the car explode. Look at the car go fast. Look at Frogger hopping around and stuff.
Hey, look! A 3D arcade game! That's a snowboarding game! Yay!
And look, a 3D fighting game. Look at the characters. Look at the graphics. Whoa, GunCon. Look at the light gun too and everything. GunCon games like that. Holy cow! I know we said like how we talked about the evolution of graphics and that, but like being amazed at how everything was in color and stuff at times, stuff. It's like you had to wonder. It just that as a kid, you think that this is so cool, but then when the newest the next thing comes out, it's better graphics. You can whoa, cool, can't get better than that, and so on and so on. And like
we keep thinking it can't get better than this. It can't get better than this. But the video game creators are like, okay, how can we one up? And so we had the home consoles that were very simplistic up until Nintendo that saved the gaming industry. Without Nintendo, we wouldn't really have good video games.
Right.
Probably.
If it weren't for Nintendo and the little help of Sega, because they had the Master System stuff, weren't for them, yeah. But I never owned an NES, so I have no history of playing the NES. I didn't own an NES, but I
had a few friends that owned the NES, so I have a bit of experience playing some games, and some of those NES games are actually on the Switch.
Yeah, because
thanks to the membership.
Yeah, because the NES, it's just the home console market was seeing sure it was 8-bit and stuff, and the graphics aren't going to look as good as they did back then. But back then stuff, it's it was either this or nothing, because you can either play this at a time or nothing, and just
there were people that were against video games. But we don't need to talk about that toxicity.
We don't need to, because that's been talked about to death. But yeah, because I didn't really know anybody who owned an NES at the time. I just remember seeing NES consoles at game stores and stuff. That I was seeing videos about the NES and stuff and looking at stuff online. So my history with the NES was just I know about the graphics. I know about the graphics and everything, how seeing Contra and stuff, seeing Contra, the NES version of Contra, looks so cool for its time, like having guns and stuff and everything. It's whoa, cool, this is definitely evolving.
Pew, pew, pew.
And just seeing all the cool guns you could use too, and just seeing how Metroid looked too. Metroid had a graphic style where had you think in your feet, everything looked familiar because it was amazing stuff. So it just
didn't Nintendo have the first female protagonist?
Yeah, Samus Aran. Yeah, that was Metroid. Samus Aran. Console wise, yeah. Because but then we didn't know we didn't know she was female until you got that secret ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
which, congratulations to those that did.
Yeah, congratulations, yeah, definitely. And
because that is not an easy game.
Oh no, I'm terrible. I mean, I did try the original Metroid, and I am very bad at it. But you know what? Just that I was never very good at any of the Metroids or Metroid Prime. But I know we're going off topic.
The graphics were very beautiful.
Of course, yeah, and it
had their time,
and it had that song in the background too, which was very memorable when it came to Metroid. And of course, if you want to talk about graphics, you cannot talk about graphics and not talk about those shoot 'em ups they had back in the day, like Galaga, Galaxian, and all of them. Those were those were.
There were also games that, despite being 2D, they still somehow made 2D 3D.
Yeah, like I know they're like certain. I can't think of it any at the top of my head there, but I guess you consider pole position kind of 3D because the way the car looks when it turns with that, it kind of has a little 3D in it and stuff, but like nothing really much there. But this is I'm not like I'm kind of going around in circles because like I said, I never grew up with the original NES or a Sega Master System stuff, so like I'm just going off with what I saw and everything like that and what I know. So that this is just kind of like the hard for me to talk about here.
We wouldn't be where we are without the beginning.
And it's true. You mean like you can't fault the beginning like that and stuff. You know, if it weren't if it weren't for the NES, like we said, we wouldn't have.
It weren't for the very first game in general, the idea of making video games may never have happened.
I do have to wonder what we would be doing if there was no such thing as video games. I wonder what would be there instead. Like,
The computer probably wouldn't be where it's at now, and we would all probably have our nose in a book.
that or watching TV.
That too.
Yeah. But the 16-bit era is gonna be is where I started. Is how I started with gaming. You know, like because back then, like 16-bit was pretty much everywhere. Like it was on the Super Nintendo, the PlayStation, the PC, the Sega Genesis. There was some on the Nintendo 64 there and stuff too. Like 16-bit.
Actually, we weren't at the 64 yet.
No,
We were
16.
at,
16.
yeah, 16-bit is the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying. I said there were some.
No, you said the N64, which is, like, as far as I'm aware of. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't mind if you guys do. Go ahead. Type it down now. Sadet, you are wrong. Blah, blah, blah exists.
Yeah.
But as far as I'm aware, all the games for the Nintendo 64 were 3D.
Well, there was
not 16-bit.
There was Namco Museum 64 and stuff like that. That's why it came to my mind.
I was unaware of that one.
Yeah, that's where that I was thinking about there. But yeah, like I remember like
That was for a different system.
oh yeah.
Would be funny if somebody says that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I can see the comments now and everything.
Once again, if we make any mistakes, you guys are free to correct us.
we take criticisms like open books. So go ahead and just comment down below. I mean, we're respectful people, and we take criticism really well, right, Sadet?
If you guys decide to insult us instead of criticize us,
Oh,
you guys are in trouble.
in trouble, but I know these people respect us really well. They know we do
Yeah.
this. But
But you always get that one bad egg.
yeah, oh yeah, the one bad egg that's a rotten egg. But I remember like back to 16-bit, like the first 16-bit game I ever saw, which was the first video game I ever saw, Super Mario World, and like back then it looked. Oh yeah, I just remember how it looked like you were watching a cartoon in a video game, especially like when you heard that jumping sound. I thought that was Mario making that jumping noise, but that was just a little sound they made back then. Because like there were like back in the 16-bit era and stuff, from what I remember, there were a lot of games based on TV shows like Animaniacs and Tiny Toon Adventures and Looney Tunes and Goof Troop and all of them and stuff. And you know, it was like sure.
As well as Michael Jackson having his own game on one of the Sega systems.
Sega Genesis, yeah. I remember AVGN talked about that there. But like it's like it was almost like you were playing like back with the 16-bit era because everything was 2D. It almost seemed like you were actually playing a cartoon for a TV show and watching people play it and stuff because like I think one of my fondest memories of Super Mario World is the level called Butter Bridge because you start off on that mushroom shaped platform and at the end they have the small bridge that's like four logs long and it's like you feel like for some reason I felt like I was going to watch a fishing show when I saw that. I thought I was gonna see Mario go fishing or something like that because I don't know. I just like the way it looked, the way that song that played in the Butterbridge level was one of the main songs in the game. If you can't help but feel like you're gonna be watching a show about fishing for some reason because the way that platform looked, and just same with Sonic the Hedgehog as well. I remember seeing that game too. When my cousin, who's now in her 40s, started that, like who's like an older sister to me and stuff. She introduced me to Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff. And I thought it was Mario's evil twin brother or Mario's long lost twin or something like that. Because like of course
What?
I was little, because I didn't know anything about Alex Kidd or anything like that. I only knew about Sonic and Mario as the mascot at the time. Because like keep in mind, I missed out on the 8-bit on the 8-bit era and stuff, so I didn't know anything. But going back on topic here, it even you felt like you were watching a TV show when you were playing the games based on the TV shows like Goof Troop and Animaniacs and like of course like there was Aladdin and stuff, and there was like those Mickey Mouse games too, and the Bugs Bunny and Tiny Toons and Taz as the Speedy Gonzales and the Ren Stimpy and all of them and stuff, and of course like also Thomas the Tank Engine, a game my dad and I rented from the store, and it was like the first game I heard that had voice setting in it and stuff too.
I've watched my mom play a lot of games when I was little.
Oh yeah,
During the 16-bit era. And my mom, she actually had the old Atari system with my great-grandma.
That's cool.
And they actually played video games, so I guess you could say gaming runs in the family.
Yeah, because like my dad was like a gamer back then and stuff when we were babies and kids like that. I remember like there was one game, Sarah. There was one game that my dad and I were like hugely into, was Donkey Kong Country, and but like I'll never forget how good those graphics looked at the time. It almost looked realistic, like it was live action
Like
almost and stuff.
like you can actually tell that is DK's fur.
Yes, I could tell, and I could tell that was his red tie that said DK on it and stuff. Because like it's like you could tell like the graphics like at the time looked awesome. Because like especially when you're at the cutscenes with Cranky's cabin and Funky's flights and Candy's save point and all that stuff. Yeah, just like it was just all that stuff.
Candy Kong, wasn't she in the three? Wasn't she a character created for the 3D game?
She was in the original Donkey Kong Country. She was in the original.
She was?
Yeah, she was the first save point Kong in the Donkey Kong Country.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have never played the original Donkey Kong Country, so...
Yeah, because
I've never really played any of the Donkey Kong Country games, let alone 64 or the... Well... Anyways.
Because Candy Kong was there and stuff, and Candy Kong was also in the TV series as well. So she was totally different there, but still, it was it's like, and also the levels were
probably talk about shows based on video games another day, though.
Yeah, with that'll be there too, because there were quite a few of those that we could talk about.
It was.
Yeah, a lot of them. And
some of them had multiple different variations.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
I'm looking at you, Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Sonic X, Adventure Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Rush, or whatever you call it. I forget, like Sonic Underground, whatever. Yeah, all those. Yeah, tons of them. And
talk about those another day.
Yeah, definitely. But get back on.
Sonic is probably going to need his own video.
Well, yeah, there'll be a history of Sonic podcast or something. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on what happens there. But
anyways, we're just rambling off topic.
Hey, no one said we couldn't ramble if they found something funny.
I would play some of the games with my mom, but I wasn't very good, so I was always playing in the first level in Super Mario World, just basically giving her all the one-ups.
Yeah, my mom. Oh, sorry.
That way my mom was good to go.
My
Because I
mom
was
was.
always giving her lives.
Yeah, my mom would watch, but she wasn't really the big gamer, so she would watch and sometimes play some games, but it wasn't anything like in the 16-bit era and stuff. But of course, like, just remember that it reminds the days of renting a game from Blockbuster and all that stuff. Good memories right there for sure. But I don't really have much else to say about the 16-bit era and stuff because like, keep
16-bit era was definitely really pretty depending on the game.
yeah, because like Contra 3 looked awesome, and like of course we had
Super Mario
oh,
World looked beautiful. The Donkey Kong Country series looked beautiful.
mm-hmm, and it was what
Like,
else?
there was also Star Fox, which was like almost 3D. They had to build a special card just to get that game working.
Yeah, and yeah,
Same for the Donkey Kong series.
yeah, it was hard work back then because you didn't have the technology either and stuff. Like it's like working on the original Mortal Kombat. They only had like four people to work on the game, and because it was very easy and simple to make. But nowadays, like it's like you need tons of people to like make a game that's good because it's harder and stuff. Even with the technology back then, it
Depending
was
on the
still hard.
game.
Yeah, but back then it was still like even though like back then
Video games back then was like the new frontier. Unexplored territory.
yeah, it was like that. Back then, because the technology was not as big as it is today, it was harder to make games like that.
Technology was basically a baby.
Yeah, that was slowly growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think let's see. I know we didn't talk about the Game Boy with or anything, but in the 8-bit era, just that we're really mainly talking about like the main consoles,
But
unless we
to
have
put it simply, Game Boy was black and white 8-bit era. Game Boy Color was
color
colored
8-bit
8-bit. And the Game Boy Advance was a mix of like 16 bits
and
and
32
8 bits
and
and
32.
32.
Yeah, and of course like the Virtual Boy,
Because the Game Boy Advance was basically the advanced version of a Game Boy.
of course, hence the term Game Boy Advance. Yeah.
And yeah, Visual Boy, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, all I can say, red and black
Red.
don't work.
Red and black does work. It just depends on what it's on.
But
Fashion, if you can make it work, it will work.
oh yes, definitely. 32-bit
Red
is
and black on a video game for the graphics? Ouch.
ouch, is right. But
That's just a simple way of putting it.
I know. But the 32-bit era is where I had the fondest memories of because this is because my favorite console, the PlayStation, was started off as 32-bit and stuff like that. Because keep in mind, people think the PlayStation came out around the same time the N64 came out. The PlayStation came out in 1993, 1994. So this was like the start of 32-bit and stuff like that. Because like I just remember I'm gonna have a field day here in a good way with this because 32-bit was like started like the main era of video gaming for like a lot of my friends started that because we had Super Nintendo stuff, but as we getting older, we had N64, we had the PlayStation or Sega Saturn, or we PC gamed or so. But I'll remember like I have a lot of memories of like seeing all these old 32-bit games like Ridge Racer. You can't talk about PlayStation without talking about Ridge Racer. Like that was the game that came packaged with the system when it came out in North America and stuff. And you have like these games like Ridge Racer, Battle Bear Toshinden, Tekken, and Starblade Alpha, and like a lot of those games there too. And there were some 16-bit ones too, like Mortal Kombat 3 on there as well. It's like you had like a huge variety, and it showed like the graphics were getting better, and sure like graphics aren't everything, but as a kid. We were big into like the graphic, like how the graphics were getting stuff because like as a kid, like said you see the graphics, it's like candy to you. It's like eye candy. It's like oh I gotta eat that. So if it's like candy, it's like when you see a piece of food or candy that you feel like you have to eat it and stuff, And just like at the time, it was like, can't get better than this. We're in full 3D now, and we have voice acting. We got pre-rendered
Voice
scenes and stuff.
acting was pretty primitive, though.
Well, the Super
Even
Nintendo.
when there was a little bit of voice acting in, like, the 16-bit, it was, like, extremely primitive.
Well, still like it started to get more voice acting in like the PlayStation games, like CD based and stuff. I mean, sure, like Nintendo 64, there was like I say like half of them or 40% of them had voice and stuff, but like it was like the PlayStation just like and
The SNES's CDI had
well,
voice acting in some of the games.
we don't talk about that console though.
Maybe we'll save the bad console talk for
Another episode.
another,
Yeah,
because it's fun to bash on them.
I know it is. But getting back on topic here with about like the PlayStation and stuff and everything, and just like shoot, I kind of lost train of thought here. But oh yeah, like when it comes to like voice acting stuff, it's like whoa, this is pretty cool. But if we're gonna talk about 3D in the PlayStation, we can't not talk about Resident Evil because seeing like
Yes,
the first,
we can.
we're talking about right now because like Resident Evil like was a big thing because I know there was Alone in the Dark at first, and I will admit right now I didn't like Alone in the Dark. It was too stiff and too sluggish and stuff for me. But Resident Evil, yeah, like it's just I remember seeing I remember for that game, seeing the game like seeing magazine ads and stuff and everything, and seeing the trailers and everything like wow, and it was just like it's like, oh, a creepy mansion. You're in this creepy mansion. Oh, you're in this B horror film. Pretty nice if you ask me. But I'm just like in awe about like how all that was there. It's like all these it's like stuff was like it's like seeing like all these reviews for this graphics get 10s like that, thinking, whoa, they must have thought they were realistic at the time. And I was like, whoa. Except for like that they didn't the mouse didn't really move, it just around and everything, and to be honest with you, I kinda like that. That's very nostalgia when the mouse didn't move in the cutscenes, they just like adjusted around. So I thought that was very nostalgia for me, yes. I don't know about you, Sadet,
For me, what's nostalgic is Pokemon Stadium.
I remember
Seeing the Pokemon in 3D, that was amazing.
well, you Pokemon Snap was the one that was the first was the game that came first, but still it would have been nice but that was different because you just took pictures and everything. But
Hey, I actually like Snap.
I never
And
said
new Pokemon Snap is amazing.
I never said I didn't like it. I'm just saying like just that I never said I didn't like it. I mean I do like I thought it was pretty versatile. Take pictures and stuff like that and such and everything. And just like of course we can't talk about I know we didn't talk about Doom and stuff like that, but you can't really 3D first person shooters were on the N64 and PlayStation stuff like that, like Turok and stuff. Like it's like I remember playing Turok and being in awe like, whoa, cool. I actually see through the eyes of this character, and whoa, I can see his weapon or something like that, or so whoa. And of course, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark too was like perfected the first person genres like that. Like I think especially GoldenEye, but Perfect Dark made it even better. And on the PlayStation, we had Medal of Honor and like Jumping Flash and Codename Tenka and all of them and stuff too. So like those were some really good memories there because like all this stuff was improving, and of course like the Star Wars games were becoming 3D and stuff, and there's more Star Wars games coming out.
Oh boy.
Yeah, not just
There's
Star
your
Wars.
Star Wars to finish the month.
Yes, I know. Not the Star Wars, not the Star Wars to finish off Star Wars month here and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, just saying there. But just thinking about like how cool, how awesome everything's getting. Because I remember playing Super Mario 64 and just being like, "Whoa, this 3D graphics! Look, I can move around in 3D. Look, I can see. Well, look, a 3D castle you can go into, and look, I can jump to these 3D walls and stuff and everything. Like, whoa, this is cool." And of course, playing wave race with the jet ski and like and just
Yeah,
like, and Star Fox.
we
and all that.
went from pixels to polygons.
Yep, and definitely the memories there. I didn't really know much about the Sega Master. I said no Sega Saturn. I didn't own a Saturn, but I know I didn't really own it. It's like the competitors there's for me like with
Sega was trying its best to keep up.
Yeah, I know.
It was really trying. It did have 3D games, and if memory serves, it was one of the very few consoles that actually had early internet connectivity.
Yeah,
Besides from some Japanese exclusive related stuff.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. But I am. What was I gonna say now? I do like back to like the PlayStation N64, like PlayStation and Nintendo
Miss
64.
Jones!
Back in let me start over there. Like back in like the day,
Back
like
in the days.
yeah, the Nin- the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation were like the two competitors. Like you had your own mascots there. I remember Sony had Crash Bandicoot and Nintendo 64 had Mario and stuff. Like of course we gotta mention Crash Bandicoot there.
Zelda.
Yeah, of course we gotta mention Crash Bandicoot there. Shout out to a friend of mine, H Haircutter 93 and stuff like that, who cuts my hair and stuff like that. She's a big Crash Bandicoot fan and stuff. So credit goes to you. And getting back on topic here again, but yeah, like of course like Crash Bandicoot was considered like whoa, like a 3D platformer and stuff and everything, and like Croc Collection The Go was supposed to be a spin-off game on Nintendo 64 starring Yoshi, but that never fell through. I know I'm naming off games here, but it's like these 3D
There
graphics.
was a Yoshi game.
Yoshi, there was
Yoshi's Story.
yeah, but it was gonna be. I'm talking about like 3D. Like there's gonna be 3D.
It is a 3D game.
I have played Yoshi's Story, and I was never best. I didn't really like the game that much. I thought it was too easy and it was too short.
It wasn't supposed to be hard to begin with.
But still, I mean, never mind. Forget I even say anything about it. Yeah, but getting back there, just like I'm just remembering all these games here that I grew up with and stuff, especially playing the original Ace Combat, aka Air Combat over its time. It's like seeing playing a 3D flying game and stuff plus battling as the F4, the F14, or the MiG 31, or like the F-117 Barons fan of stealth playing and stuff and all that. Just like it's just like the graphics are
It was
definitely
so
improving.
cool seeing how much the graphics have improved that it looked even more like a plane.
Definitely. Just like, sure, they weren't like the most realistic thing ever, but still, I mean, what can you do?
We'll get to that when we get to it.
Well, duh, I know.
But that won't be for another little while.
Oh yeah, I know. But of course, like 64-bit and all that stuff, just yeah. Of course, we didn't talk about the Atari Jaguar because I never owned an Atari Jaguar, and we don't. I pretend that.
Nor have I.
We don't even,
But I think that thing ran on like 16 to 32-bit.
yeah. But I do also remember, like, if we're gonna talk about that, so we gotta talk about like the PlayStation 2 era. Like, I don't know that we already did 64, but what is this like 128-bit or something? Whatever it was stuff. Cause like I don't know, but like when did you get your PlayStation 2 or Xbox or
I
GameCube?
I never had those.
Oh, well, I just remember I remember them
I
like
was Nintendo all the way up until I got a PS4 just to play Digimon World Next Order.
oh okay yeah, like me, like I remember when PlayStation 2 was just like one of the things that were interesting me about the PlayStation 2 was like they were gonna port arcade games like Time Crisis 2 and Tech Tournament and stuff like that, and gonna up-res the graphics to make it run on the PlayStation 2's hardware and everything. When I got the PlayStation 2, it was amazed on how the graphics at the time, and they were getting better and better and stuff. And just seeing we saw a racing game or so like that, and how realistic it was looking with the cars and everything and stuff, and seeing like how things would take advantage with the controller stuff too. Stuff that's kind of like a lot of topic there, but seeing like
it
how
still wasn't quite there yet.
but it was getting
It
there.
wasn't quite realistic, but it was getting there. It was taking its steps. One step at a time, there's no need to rush. It's like learning to fly or
Yeah.
falling in love.
Or learning how to drive a car for the first time.
You really did not catch the reference, did you?
No, I did not. But back on.
I am going to send you that song
Okay.
when we are done this shit.
All right. Seems that's like the technology wasn't quite there yet, but you gotta think of like when the GameCube came out, like the GameCube and Xbox were like the head for the graphics like that because like I'm sure the PS2 didn't have to have the best of graphics because the hardware ran out, but then we had like the GameCube and stuff. And I know you're gonna want to talk about.
Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, those graphics were like really pretty. They were like beautiful, semi-realistic. And then you got Wind Waker, which was cel-shaded and very cute.
Uh-huh.
The 3 Dead scared me.
Yeah, and of course.
Funny thing, I was scared of the 3 Deads in Wind Waker, despite how cartoony the graphics were, compared to the 3 Deads that are actually supposed to be Gibdos in Twilight Princess, despite those ones looking a little bit more realistic.
Yeah, if we're gonna talk about the GameCube graphics, I know you're gonna laugh at this. We can't not talk about Star Wars Rogue Leader, a launch title for the GameCube, and how realistic it looked for its time, and how realistic the ship looks and everything, and how you could like move around freely in the hangar, and just like it's just like how realistic everything looked. Yeah, not a Star Wars month again there, but we can all
The GameCube's graphics were definitely varied.
Yeah, if you
From
look.
very simple, cel-shaded looking to almost real. Like, the GameCube had such a varied library.
Yeah, I can't forget Resident Evil, like how Resident Evil on the GameCube and Resident Evil Zero looked, man. Those graphics, like definitely, they pushed the GameCube to the limit stuff. It was on 2 discs as well, and of course also like with Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, like that Metroid Prime won best graphics and stuff, and how good those looked, and just yeah, like you had some of your you also had like some you also had Super Mario Sunshine and Luigi's Mansion, how good those look, along with Super Smash Bros. Melee too, like how all that looked. Of course, there were some games that didn't really not look really good, for example, Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure, or like a Billy Hatcher and the giant hatching egg, whatever you call that, or so. And Harvest.
Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Well, whatever you call it, yeah.
You had it the first time.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I was right there, but still, I just like the GameCube. I mean, the discs were small, but they were good enough to have some good graphics and stuff. Definitely.
They were small but powerful.
To me, you're gonna laugh at this. I thought that it was gonna be like the N64, that most of the GameCube games were not going to have voice acting because the discs were small and stuff like that. But I realized that I was way wrong there, because like I thought to myself, there's no way they're gonna have like a licensed soundtrack or voice acting in the games, so that because the discs are so small. And
We're definitely voice acting. Just take a look at Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, I know. I don't have to. I believe in stuff. In fact, for some reason with the GameCube, when it comes down to them to like the graphics or so, you gotta talk about what Wave Race Blue Storm, how like the waves looked in the water, like the waves in the water looked very, very cool.
They were really good.
Oh, oh yeah, like I always play as a Kari Hayami or
Twilight Princess, the water graphics in that game looked really good as well. It looked watery.
Hell, I remember like.
Meanwhile, the water graphics in Wind Waker were very cartoony.
The whole game had a cartoon.
So you could tell what's water and what's not, despite, at least in these games.
Yeah. I think the best looking game on the GameCube of all time was Star Fox Adventures. That was the best looking game on the GameCube.
That looked really good, and it's an underrated gem.
Yeah.
If you people get your hands on it, give it a try. It's an underrated gem. It is beautiful, and originally it wasn't supposed to be a Star Fox game.
It was just supposed to be called Dinosaur Planet and stuff. Yeah, because like, thing is that I remember like, go ahead.
But we'll probably talk about how games were supposed to be one thing, then got turned into something else another day.
Remind me about that topic. That I may forget about, but remind me about it. But like,
not sure what we're going to call that one.
Yeah, that's the thing. But like with Star Fox Adventure, I remember thinking how realistic Fox McCloud looked and how Crystal looked and how
Yeah,
all,
you could just see the fluffy fur. They're so fluffy, 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 fluffy.
you could see the fur on Fox and all the characters and stuff and everything, and just like to me, like sure that kind of had some Zelda references. It has had some Zelda gameplay elements and stuff, but still, it's like it looked really good. I mean, hell, I wish Star Fox Assault looked just that looked that's good, but you know that's a different game. You can't really fault it there. And hell, Star Wars Rebel Strike was kind of on par was actually on par with Star Wars Rogue Leader Rogue Squadron 2, with Star Wars Rebel Strike Rogue Squadron 3. I mean, and like I remember, but of course, like I had to cut the black transitions in the game, and like just like the better character model stuff. So that's why I took some points off there. But still, yeah. But of course, we gotta talk about like the Xbox. You know, the Xbox had like the good had great graphics. Like I feel people saying that
Not all the time.
Xbox was kind of the winner with the graphics. They said like with Halo and with some Star Wars games on there here and there and
Like
stuff.
Halo and Halo and
And
Halo and
and
Halo and Halo.
Halo and Halo
That's
and
really all I can think
Halo
about when
and
it.
Halo. Wait, no, Halo and Halo and Halo and Halo and Halo and Halo and Halo. Okay, I'll stop now.
Seriously, it just feels like when it comes to Xbox, it's just Halo
Halo,
only.
Halo, Halo.
Like, that's its only franchise.
Yeah,
But that's just from my point of view.
yep. But I think
Because
that's
I've never heard of any other game besides Halo on the Xbox.
yeah. Going back to PlayStation 2, we should mention Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 and how those took advantage of PlayStation 2's hardware along with Devil May Cry and all of them too. But
Yeah, as well as Monster Hunter, those games really tried to push the limits on the PlayStation 2.
yeah. But I never played Monster Hunter, so I don't know anything about that. But I remember like Silent Hill 3, so that definitely took advantage of PlayStation 2's hardware for sure and stuff. Like in Castlevania, Limited Innocence and stuff, all those too. But like
PT?
they still had a couple shoot 'em ups there, like Raiden 3 and stuff like that.
PT?
Hmm?
The next Monster Hunter game that comes out, I am going to get it for you on the PC.
All on Steam, yeah. I'll remember that, yeah.
That way, not only I'll have a fresh start on Monster Hunter, because I do know my thing about Monster Hunter, but we'd be on a close enough playing level.
I'll remember that, yeah. But if I think
Remember,
Go
when
ahead.
fighting a regime, if you manage to put him to sleep, put a pitfall trap behind him, because once he wakes up, about 95% of the time, he will jump backwards.
I'll remember that. I no, I'm thinking of I think I played Monster Rancher, but never Monster Hunter. Oopsie.
Two different franchises.
I know, but
But
they
yeah,
both had a
remember that when it comes to regime.
I'll remember that definitely. I'll remember that really well. Oh no, we stopped recording. I'm just kidding. Just want to make a little joke there. Oh, I get it. That's funny. Don't worry, it's just a joke, everyone. Just a joke here. Just having a good joke there while the cat meows in the background. So that's cat meows in the background.
Dexter's not in here. That was all, like, no, that was not me.
Yeah, sure, Sadet, sure. That's pretty good there. I'll admit that. That's actually pretty good. But yeah, that's pretty good there for sure. But
Can't see it, but I'm going to be sticking my tongue at you.
okay, be my guest. Be my guest there, Sadet. But yeah, like when it comes to that, like now we gotta get into the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Nintendo Wii's graphics there and stuff. Like, of course, PlayStation 3 had Blu-ray and stuff, so they was gonna get good graphics there and stuff too. 360 was in second there, and Nintendo Wii, like, yeah, it was still they still had the technology was not there and stuff, but still, like, they did its best. But
They weren't really too focused on the graphics for the Wii. They were focused on trying to get the motion sensors correct.
Mm-hmm.
The wireless controllers, they were focused on that. Well, everybody else was like, improve the graphics, improve the graphics, improve the graphics. Oh, wait. What is Nintendo doing? Write this
Yeah.
down.
Oh yeah. But we're not going to talk about how the system works though, because we already know how the Wii plays and everything. But the PlayStation 3 like had some of the best looking games like Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, had Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and stuff, and Heavenly Sword and Lair and Folklore and I can't, and people are gonna give me shit for this. Mobile Suit Gundam Crossover was a good looking game, even though it had that bad frame rate on stuff. But still.
Frame rate and graphics are two different things, people.
Yeah, and of course the 360. We know we had its Halo. Okay, I'll stop that. But it did have Call of Duty 2 on there, and Quake 4, and Perfect Dark Zero.
Call of Duty 2 and Halo.
And Perfect Dark Zero, which was it was the best looking first person shooter when it came out at launch and stuff as well. And at the time when it was an exclusive, Mass Effect was on there too when it comes to good graphics.
And stealing Rare from Nintendo. I mean, bought out Rare from Nintendo.
Yep, and got the awful Banjo Nuts and Bolts and Perfect Dark Zero and stuff. But yeah, surprisingly now.
Yay! We can actually get better Banjo fur. But boo! Why did you make such a sucky game? Worse than those, like, what were they? Game Boy Advance games?
Yes.
Like, didn't they have a Game Boy Advance game for Banjo?
Yes, they did.
Which was pretty bad.
I never played it, so I don't know.
I don't know either, but usually that sort of thing is pretty bad.
Of course, yeah. In fact, the funny thing is about, like, the Xbox 360 and stuff, like, people were saying that the 360 had better graphics and stuff like that, but in reality and stuff, it wasn't, because it was on DVD-ROMs, not Blu-ray and stuff. And of course, like the Wii was trying to had some good interesting games too, like had Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, had the version of Resident Evil 4 on there too, which we forgot to mention the GameCube. You talk about the GameCube graphic stuff, but still. But then again,
and
like
the Wii definitely did have some good graphics games.
It did, yeah.
Just not as many realistically looking ones like the other two systems. But Nintendo is Nintendo. Nintendo's not the other companies.
Of course, yeah.
Nintendo will do what Nintendo wants to do.
Yeah, and I will admit, I think one of the best looking Nintendo Wii games, in my opinion, was Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That had good graphics, definitely. I like the graphics in that.
Oh, yeah. I've actually played the 2010 Olympic Games because that takes place in my homeland of Canada.
I had a feeling you were going to say that somehow, so I just knew, but that's just me. But,
That's because you've known me for, like, how long now?
I know you for about over a year. That's true. I know you for about over a year. But, it just, like, some of the games, like, in that generation, when the generation didn't really look the best, but still, they were improving with the frame rate and everything. But if we're going to talk about graphics here, we need to talk about Atelier and Hyperdrive Neptunian, also how they were like cel-shaded anime graphics and stuff. I know Sadet here loves the Atelier franchise as much as I do.
Yep.
And of course, like those
games. That's why we have that one plan in August.
Yep, that's true.
But we won't really say much.
That's true. It's a mystery that you'll have to solve.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. It's a secret, people. You have to wait till August.
It's a secret to everybody. Don't tell.
It's a secret. You have to wait till August to find out. Because, yeah. But that's just like...
Are you even aware of the reference I just made? It's a secret to everybody.
Nope. But I do remember...
Why am I not surprised?
But the thing is that with Hyperdimension Neptunia, the first one, what I liked about that is how like in the cutscenes, like they were like still images with the characters with their mouths moving up and down. The thing is that their heads moved back and forth, and their arms like moved around like a little bit and stuff too. And that was actually pretty impressive that they were able to do that. I mean, I liked that they did that. You know, Trinity Universe did that, and Neptunia did that and stuff, and a couple other stuff. And Neptunia Mark II had like had the in-game graphics and stuff when they in the cutscenes. So you didn't really see that, but still, that's kind of off topic there. But like.
Those games were still beautiful in their own right.
Yeah, I know people harp on the first Neptunia because compared to the Rebirth version, it's not the best, but still, you can't fault it for what it is.
You can't have the Rebirth version if you don't have the original version.
Exactly.
Because they wouldn't really have anything to improve upon if it wasn't for the original.
Right, I know. But yeah, it's definitely true there, definitely. But like. Just this is when things were starting to improve more and more. In fact, PS3 games still look excellent to this day. Like when you play a last gen console, the graphics don't look very good and stuff. But for PS3 and like 360 stuff and
even PS4, since currently we're on the PS5.
But still, it's kind of hard to find a PS5 in those consoles, so you really can't count that and stuff. You have to get very lucky. But yeah. But
we explained why when we were talking about the consoles before.
Yes.
So, I believe it was when we were talking about like the upcoming consoles at that time.
We were, yes. But of course, like I forgot to mention, the Ratchet and Clank future games on the PS3 too. Those would definitely push the hardware limitations and stuff too, because like it looked like a Pixar movie.
Like every system has at least one game that pushed the limits.
Yes, and it was Ratchet and Clank and Metal Gear Solid 4 and Heavy Rain and stuff and Demon Souls and stuff.
And let's not forget Monster Hunter.
Yes, I know.
Monster Hunter is always pushing its own limits.
Yes. When it came to like the PS4 and the Xbox One and Nintendo Switch and Wii U and stuff, which like they were getting better and better and better. I mean, sure, it wasn't gonna look like completely realistic and stuff. Because I remember like when the PS3,
yeah, the closest to that were mostly on the PS4, the whatever. Xbox whatever.
Xbox One.
I don't really care for Xbox.
Neither do I.
And the PC.
Yeah. Because I remember like when they announced the PS3 and 360, I thought they were going to be live action realistic and stuff. But nope. Even here it's like just that. You realize that it wasn't
not at that point yet.
I know.
We're still perfecting the VR.
Probably when the PlayStation 10 comes out or something like that or so. If that happened.
Yeah, PlayStation really likes its numbers.
That's
PlayStation
good.
1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They can't think of any original, like, nicknames. Like, instead of, like, the Nintendo going, like, the Nintendo 1, the Nintendo 2, the Nintendo 3, the Nintendo 4, they went Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, Nintendo 64, Nintendo GameCube, the Nintendo Wii, the Wii U, which really wasn't that original, but compared to just using numbers. And then we got the Switch.
Oh yeah, I know. But okay, I didn't.
Xbox has a little bit of a better naming convention than the PlayStation.
Well, I don't know how they named 360 or so, but whatever.
360 degrees.
Sure, I guess so. But I remember like
you do know that 360 degrees is like looking all around you, right?
Right, I know that, yes. But
they were basically playing into the 360 graphics.
But yeah, but we're kind of past that though. But yeah, but PS4, Xbox One, Switch and Wii U. I only pretty much know about the PlayStation 4. I know some about the Xbox One when playing at a friend's house, but still. I was amazed like how the graphics weren't as good in the beginning, and I almost was gonna sell my PS4 because they didn't really look that good. It just felt just like a expanded PS3, but I was wrong. But like the PS4 definitely pushed the limits there with games like Detroit Become Human and stuff like that, and games like with how Dead or Alive 5 looked.
And the Digimon games look pretty nice too.
I never played a Digimon game, so yeah, I'm the wrong person to even bring that up, but still. But of course, like it also had a lot of those first
Jeez. Am I going to have to create a list of what to get Tony?
I don't know. Should you? I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, I just remember like when buying more games, it's like I was realizing how great the graphics were looking and everything, especially with like Detroit Become Human, like I mentioned before, like how detailed and Until Dawn stuff too, and Tormented Souls as well, and Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West, I look on there, and Gran Turismo 7, even though that's not a very good game, but still. And like how the upcoming game called The Quarry, which is like the spiritual successor to Until Dawn, it looks and stuff and everything. And, like a lot of this stuff is like just it still looks very impressive, especially on the last gen consoles and stuff. And then that's a good thing for sure. And like I don't really have much experience with like playing the Switch or the Wii U with the Xbox One. So I can't really say anything about those because after my 360 Red Wing back like in 2010, I switched exclusively to be a Sony guy and stuff.
No, you're not.
Well, I Steam, but still, I don't play many games on Steam. I only play those Star Wars games and the Neptunia Rebirth games and stuff, but still.
It's the game I got to you.
Yes, but I haven't touched that yet.
You need to play that game. You need to experience it. This Striker Volt is amazing!
Alright. then.
And I need to fix my computer screen because I grabbed it when I did that.
Ouch. Well, hey, look at the price. At least it's not broke.
True.
Yeah.
We would not be where we are today without them.
Right.
So thank you for existing.
Yeah, PS5 and Xbox Series X and stuff, which I don't really have anything to say about them.
New Pokemon Snap on the Switch. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
That's good.
Like, seeing how giant a Wailord is just breaching the water. Oh, that was just such an experience. It was beautiful. And I'm about to cry.
Don't cry.
These are happy tears.
Oh, well, happy. Never mind then. I can't say anything else about video game graphics because, a lot of them still look really good. Even though we could talk about the PC, if it's that we should probably that'll probably be its own evolution of PC graphics, we'll probably say, because PC and stuff, that was probably...
PC kind of follows along the same line since it's been evolving alongside these systems.
Yeah, because, like, of course, with games like Far Cry and stuff, too, and Crysis, yeah, that's why I kind of wanted to went there very, very briefly, but still.
Because the PC went through, like, 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, hand-drawn, 3D, all the way up to what we're talking about now.
Yeah, which is like 4K and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like graphics are definitely been improving a lot and still are going to improve more and more. When will it be like completely live action realistic or something like that? Probably around the PlayStation 10 or the PlayStation 20 or the PlayStation 30, 40, or 50. If they made that many PlayStations, I would be shocked.
Yeah, let's wait and see what Sony does.
Yeah, we will.
Will they keep using just simple numbers, or will they actually give a freaking name?
I kind of like it how it's just numerical, how it's in number order. That makes it simple.
I feel like giving it a name like what Nintendo does gives it a little bit more personality. Aside from the Nintendo Wii U.
Yes.
Wii U.
Don't ever do that. Don't do that, people. But I think that's pretty much all we have to say about evolution of gaming graphics. Stay tuned.
And I need to get some dinner here, so Sadet is jumping out right away.
Wait a sec, we haven't finished our little outro yet, Sadet. But let's say like there'll be more podcasts coming, and I know you're hungry. What are you having for dinner, by the way? Pizza, spaghetti, hamburgers? What are you having?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, but I need food.
Okie dokie. Well then, that's pretty much all we gotta say there. So I know Sadet's hungry, and I'm gonna go get something to drink here in a sec here. But thank you for joining this episode of Burgers and Fries with Shake podcast. There'll be more coming, and there's more videos on the way with surprise as well. Which all we gotta say is it's Tony, aka T8, and Sadet The Hyper Lamia. Peace out, and have a great day, and see you next time. Bye. Bye. See you next time. Bye.
You take it off, T-Swift, that shit, yeah, shake it off. Are we gonna take a trip? Taking off, oh yeah. Lay you down, I just wanna be your body now. Your life's too short, I'm from out of town, so we better get to work, yeah, work.